Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, today we're going to do a mix of divine feminine and divine masculine readings. And I'm going to start with the connection spread. So thank you, Divine Creator. What is it that the twins need to see about the connections at this time? The masculine, divine feminine polarities. Let's do feminine on the left and divine masculines on the right. Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see? How are each showing up, either energetically or in the physical? And what is the connection space? Okay. Bear with me while I get these. And the divine masculines. Oh, showing up with the sun. Lovely. And underlying separation, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, wow. So coming up in the future, we've got these four energies, all pentacles. They came out first. So Five of Pentacles, this is the energy of separation, the distance, the illusion of separation. There's some more of that divine feminine lone wolf and this hermit, the masculine there. So see how these two counterparts are traveling together, but they are kind of from different worlds. The merging of the worlds I just heard. It's a very interesting message. We also get opening the heart, the swan of union with the sun. Divine masculine sun did show up here. So divine masculine is shining their light on the idea of union, and their hearts are opening towards it, I heard. Seven of Pentacles, that is awaiting. I'm getting that this is the feminine staying as this beacon of love, the lighthouse energy on the heart space. Eight of Pentacles is the one on that came out in the inverse, and that means doing the inner work. So both are still continuing to do the inner work. I'm going to pull a card to see what that is for the masculines. What is the inner work that the masculines are doing? Gravity, groundedness. So they are anchoring this in, and all that really requires is to look at the idea of union instead of rejecting it. The more we think about something, the more we validate or resonate in the truth of something, the more it permeates our thoughts, and it does come into our 3D reality because we are paying attention to it. So whether we're rejecting something or embracing it, if we are focused in a direction, that does manifest into our lives. So divine masculines are looking at the gravity of the situation. They are looking at the magnitude at which these connections have affected their life. And I'm being really drawn all to these forest animals, the natural process, the coming together of different, like almost interspecies kind of energy here, that the masculine and feminine are, you know, Venus and Mars, so far apart in some regards, and yet there's this coming back into the wholeness, coming back into the integration, that the seeming opposites are still being magnetized together. What can we see for the work that the feminines are doing towards the union? Comfort, hearth. So that's receptivity, knowing that you are worth. There's a little baby on this. So for some, pregnancy is a huge curiosity regarding these journeys. Lots of biological clocks ticking. This is a good omen. And the comfort. So two things for those who are hopeful to have children: take comfort in the divine plan and provision. What is meant to be will be. Find the comfort there so that you can work through the pain of not having that yet. That's for some that applies to. That is one of the homework assignments for this journey, is to balance that out so that you are not longing in that regard. Just know that certain things are placed on your heart because they are inspired, and that they form part of your journey. They form part of the direction that you're to go in, and they are part of the consideration, but they're not meant to harm you. They are meant to support you, to encourage you, and to bless you. For those who that does not apply, this is about moves. Some are moving, some are creating new home environments, some are becoming more receptive to the goodness in general. So that whole energy of allowing goodness, allowing pleasure, allowing comfort, allowing yourself to make the choices that benefit you in the way that your life is cushy, comfy for you as a priority. You're allowed to let yourself feel good, feel pleasure. So Divine Feminines, you're opening up to that. You don't have to be self-sacrificing and putting everybody else first and holding your pleasure back. And then Fury, bushfires. Wow. So that's a shout for the Australian crew. Yeah, I'm just feeling into some of the energies there. The natural processes of renewal, but also the devastation. So this is an interesting energy to navigate here. You know, damage control, but also balancing out in the face of adversity. Divine Feminines, you are completely capable of finding solutions and making a difference in the world, activating. This is bringing up quite a mission-based energy, that if you have things compassionately on your heart, not necessarily this environmental type of a thing, but energetics and frequencies, spirituality, anything that you can do in your life to get on with your mission. This is a grace period where the feminines are being asked to step into calling. Okay, let's get into the reading. Oh, this is so beautiful. So we have, for the Divine Feminine, we have the Empress and the Emperor and the Prince of Wands. Ooh, you know what your match is. We have divine counterparts in their full glory here, and passion, sexual connection. Divine Feminine, I can't imagine more readiness than this. This is absolute holistic approach, and knowing what you're worth, knowing what you're compatible for. This journey is something exquisite for sure, and here you are, you're ready to engage in passion fully. We get the Divine Masculine showing up with the Sun, Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Devil in reverse. So this is showing me Divine Masculines have come to the enlightened truth about any kind of curiosities that they had regarding unconditional love. I'm getting that they've transcended karma. They've seen the light regarding the stickiest of karmic misconceptions. That's an incredible message. So this is the difference between, you know, being in the world and not being of it. This is that jump from alignment with the ways of the world to the total transcendence through enlightenment of even the stickiest karmic misconceptions. So the one that's coming up fully for me is multiple relationships, poly, infidelity, temptation, the wandering eye in general, sexual tension. This is the full enlightened understanding about why multiple options have appeared as a utmost of conscious mode. And so this is actually coming back around to seeing the truth that pure connection, it's really rare, and that this divine connection truly offers the freedom and the vastness that is desired with multiple connections. This is an aha moment simultaneous with this receptivity for the authentic, true, pleasurable, ecstatic connection that divine feminines are coming into. You can't have one without the other here. And in the connection, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. So this is the divine instruction that is decreed by the energetics, that the pure frequency, it's like the pure radio station that's playing out. Wow, we have Justice. Princess of Cups is the surrender to the higher divine will. I literally am covered in goosebumps. So both twins are not fighting this any longer. And just for the divine feminines, allowing pleasure, allowing ecstasy. For the divine masculines, allowing themselves to know that the real deal, you don't need options. You don't need to worry about your freedom being lost. This is Justice. It's sinking in. The twins are getting these messages. We've been refining ourselves on this journey to the impeccable perfection templates. Okay, let's get into daily reading. So today when I was shuffling, I was instructed that we're going to do what would the divine like the twins to look at and to feel in the heart space and to wish for, what actions are advised, what is the biggest challenge and solution at this time, where are things going. And I'm going to pull a feminine and masculine card to interpret what the divine is saying from each of those levels. So I just saw the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, which indicates a need for further nurturing, changes in the physical to bring in more of an autonomous, wholesome energy to the lives of each. And I just want to say that can be pretty hot and sexy as well. Wholesome doesn't need to be prudish and free from zing. So, what can we see for the divine feminines and masculines? What can we witness for each? Divine masculines, shuffling the cards. What are the divine masculines most needing to focus on? Actions, solutions, direction. Okay, and the divine feminines, what are the divine feminines needing? So I haven't had a chance to put together my email for the crystal digs and the Airbnb meetup in June. I will get to you. If you haven't heard from me, don't panic. I have had an overwhelming response from people writing in. So if you would like to have information, go ahead and find, I will pin it in the comments of this, the email address and the instructions for how to access that. And I look forward to hearing from more people. I'm going to keep those email inquiries open indefinitely, but it's a first come, first serve. And there might be a little bit more to it than that. I really want to get some information from each as to why you would like to be included, but I will send that out in a bulk email to everybody that responds, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so here we go. What is the energy on the mind? Okay, unconditional friendship. We're still in the energy of the Mars-Venus conjunction from February 12th to this eclipse, where all of the things that have been deal breakers in the twin journey, or frustrations, wedges between the twins, those are all being sort of reconciled energetically. So telepathically, in the 3D, the edges being taken off. People are being more accommodating for people's journey. So the twins are seeing each other as humans, taking them down off the pedestal on a new level, and just really looking at the way that each counterpart has navigated on this journey, and just having compassion for each other, not sweating the small stuff, letting bygones be bygones. That does not mean overcompensating, putting up with bad behavior, and being blind and ignorant to it. This literally means seeing people for people and unconditionally saying, I accept that's where you're at or where you were at, and letting it go and not putting each other in harm's way or self in harm's way, and just vowing that we don't need to be in other people's lives that aren't choosing us fully, and what that actually looks like. Full ability to love and to choose each other is an extraordinary gift, and that's what the unions will have a mutual input regarding. But right now we're just releasing the past, releasing the person, releasing the rules and regulations, and releasing the histories, forgiving it, so that there can be this brand new start. Okay, for the masculines, strength, humility, cringe. I just heard cringe. So for the masculines, you're meant to just let go of all the cringe. You didn't know what you didn't know. You said and did things that didn't feel great. Your feminine loves you unconditionally. Do not worry about it. Just keep breathing, releasing. When it comes up, when those memories rise up, breathe them out. And just know divine love cannot be ruined because of those significant but insignificant things. You can let it all go and just relax. For the feminines, what can we see for that unconditionality? Okay, Judgment in the reverse. I'm being told to take the next card, and the Artist, channeling. So everything happens for a reason on this journey, and divine feminines, this shows me that even though you haven't known why you've conducted yourself the way that you have, some things that seem counterintuitive, some things that seem sloppy, cringe for you as well. It will all be revealed in time. Everybody, divine feminines, divine masculines, let bygones be bygones, breathe it out. You don't know all the reasons that we were stepped through, all of the things that have happened, and so just utilize unconditional love regarding all of it and breathe it out. That's what we're supposed to be thinking of consciously, is the friendship, the playfulness, the camaraderie, the strangeness of this journey for everybody involved. You have a divine counterpart that you've been energetically stimulated by and have been growing regarding. That is the thing to focus on. The cringe is part of the process of awakening. Let that be okay. Be okay with that. It's part of the process. It's a beautiful thing, actually. Okay, what are we meant to feel on the heart space? Another 3. So this is the 3 of Wands. Keep your thoughts light and airy and open. For the future, just include this idea that it can be pure, alive, inspired, open, sensual, ecstatic, eternal, and new. What can we see for the masculines regarding that? Communication. So there is going to be some communication. Divine masculines, you may get or give communication. So divine feminines, communication may be coming in about some sort of an update for the future, some sort of a message. Or the divine masculines, because this is facing outward on my table, out of the connection, there could be something that they hear from somewhere else that's going to come in very quickly for them. Some update about you, information that way, that allows them to envision. For the last little while, we've been getting that reunion energy, that the masculines are anticipating reunion. So there could be an update regarding where each twin is at somehow. I'm getting there. For regards to the future, divine feminines on the heart space, there is still some guardedness. There is still some wounded healer, warrior energy to release, breathe through, and let go of regarding this connection, so that you're not harboring resentment, so that you're not harboring unresolved feelings. You can actually get closure on those things by speaking to the divine, by meditating, and by going into your own releasing ceremony. Formally or not, you have the ability to find closure to anything that has happened by just simply knowing you are loved, knowing your worth, and committing that you won't put yourself in those situations again, that you can manage, that you are wise enough to foresee, that you don't need to go forward towards things that will harm you. You don't have to be blind. You don't have to be in that energy of unknowing. You can be wise and masterful. You can interpret things in the highest. You can learn. And so there is some further accountability for you just to come back into worthiness and wholeness still, divine feminines, by believing in goodness to come, in the best to come, in the most beautiful things to come. So let go of all of the filter that allows you or that bothers you, divine feminine, and know that nothing will happen to you that you don't allow into your experience. But you don't have to be on guard, because as your energy rises up, you will only manifest those things which are compatible to that. Okay, what wish shall we look at? Oh, this happens all the time. I love it. The wishes card in the wish department. So this is full alignment. When we get this card in this area, this means that we are in alignment. What we are wishing for is wishing us. It's got full body goosebumps. Like, seriously, you guys, this is a profound thing. It happens more times than I have ever been able to count. It's uncanny, and it means that the divine will is wishing for the success, that it is guaranteed, that we are on track, that we are just responding to what's written on our heart through obedience and going in that direction despite everything, against all odds, all of it. This is such a profound confirmation that what we are dreaming is dreaming us. What we are wishing is wishing us. Believe it, divine masculines. Let go of the past. Let go of the things that appear not to have worked, where you've fallen short, where your counterpart has fallen short, where things haven't found success. Let go of all the failures of the past. Let go of all the failures outside of this connection and this connection. Just let go of the past, divine masculines. Breathe through the cringe. If those memories come up, let them go. Drink water, flush them out. Be in high frequency. You are not defined by the past. You are defined by your energy and your love in every moment. Divine feminines. Okay, here's some more of the Queen of Swords in the reverse. This can be bitchy diva energy. So divine feminines, continue to wish to let go of that. You don't need to have any of that left. The ultimatums, the disintegrated feminine, the disintegrated warrior feminine. It can be called the toxic feminine, but divine feminines, continue to release any reverberations of that in your soul. You are safe, you are whole, you've come through the bulk of the work. If you're watching my reading, you're a good one. Just let all of this go and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for feeling like it was all up to you, that you were the sane one, yada yada. Let it all go. Start fresh. You are only defined by what you are in the moment. And so let go of all of the past. Let go of thinking you need to talk or force or convince. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Come into wishing that you are worthy, and it will come to you because you are ready, because you are worthy. You can let go of everything. Queen of Swords can also be not communicating, not forcing, just magnetizing, just being. Get about your business, divine feminines, and know that it is coming. Because what you are wishing for is wishing for you to wish for it. So just let that come through you. What actions? Foundation. This is the card that came out in the very start of the reading as well, where the sun was shining on the union swans. So there is a preparation. There's a pensive masculine here, looking at what has happened so far, looking at what can be. I'm getting the word foundational. So 4 of Cups, 4 of Crystals, the 4 of Swords has come up. This is the second time for this card. 4s are about foundations. 4 of Wands, the Union card, is a foundational card. And so Divine Masculines are particularly looking at the overview of what's happened so far in their lives, aside from these unions, how it all plays out. But Divine Feminines also take that bigger picture vantage point where we're not starting from necessarily full ground zero. We definitely have a foundation, and this journey has been creating a next level foundation so that we can build from there, take it exponential. Masculines in the action. Okay, inner tower. So there are major shifts in how to look at what has happened in the past as foundational, not as a wedge, a proof that things can't. It's like spin doctor energy. Divine Masculines are switching, flipping the script. I heard that because they're coming back around. Second chances energy. Okay, Feminines, Page of Cups. This is inversed as well. Surrendering to the fact there is a foundation that has been laid, and that's not been a trick. It's not been for naught. You will be supported by everything you've learned on the journey. So be grateful, be thankful for it. Be thankful even for the parts of you that you've seen that you haven't necessarily felt proud of, or that you've been confused by, seeing yourself acting in certain ways. Self-love, self-love, self-love. All of this journey has created opportunities for self-love. What is the biggest challenge? Union. Here it is. I knew it was going to come in. 4 of Wands. I've already mentioned it. All these 4 energies. This is the soul integrity, the soul path, the knowledge of the soul recognition, the coming into one's own on this soul level. This is a community celebration card. This is like a rite of passage. When people develop this integrity within the soul space, then it can be of service into the community, then it can be in leadership, then things can be established that are generous and freeing for all involved. So that's the biggest challenge. How are the masculines challenged? That this love isn't in their life, that true love isn't in their life in karmic situations, that they haven't fully accessed it. And for the feminines, the tower, just, you know, the layer upon layer, the magnitude, that this is not a casual energy. There is more mastery and more surrender and letting go than we ever imagined. And the layers of it, the way it permeates out through our lives, it changes everything, and it keeps doing that. It's like a clearing. It's almost like breathing or a pulse. It's that rhythmic. It doesn't just happen with one clearing and then we're done, we're good, we're ready for union. This is everything that once was falling away, and the safety and love still remaining. Time after time after time. Divine feminines, you're getting the challenges, going with the flow, that tower moments keep happening in some regards. The tower is not always bad. The tower is a natural process of renewal. It is letting go perpetually of the past and finding anchor in the, I want to say revolution, evolution, revelation of the eternal over and over and over. The ways of the world. The tower represents the Tower of Babel, and it represents the falling away of all of the ego and the pretense, and the ways of the world as well. What can we see for the solution? 4 of Wands is half of the 8 of Wands, 8 of Flames. I love it when we get coordinating cards that are half of one of them, because this means that each twin is bringing their half to the table of this energy. So both are, the solution is that divine masculines, you've had to go through this recognition of what love really is, and divine feminines, you have had to let go of all of the misconceptions of the world. These have been mutual motions that have prepared to exchange and to collaborate energetically based on the foundation of the two. For the masculines, wow, anxiety, sleepless nights. So as you're preparing, as you're releasing cringe, this is like the cringe coming up at night. This is all of the ways, the lack of forgiveness I just heard that you've held with yourself for things. This is you doing that, letting go and processing, crying it out, I just heard. So divine masculines, call on your divine feminine, but also your connection to source to help in this process of knowing you are unconditionally loved and that nothing that has come before is a deal breaker. But see it, feel it to heal it, let it go. This is specific energy for the things that have happened in this connection. The person in this bed is facing into the connection. So saving face, grace, all of these kinds of things. Divine masculines, you are in this preparation to connect with your feminine on a more real level than you ever have before. And you being right with God, so to speak, is the prerequisite for you being able to look your feminine in the face and just know that nothing is a deal breaker. You are so loved. So energetically, talk it out in the 5D if you need to, so that you're tempered and able to talk in the 3D. Divine feminines, trust the love. See the big picture. Here's that 2 of Cups. So we've had some interesting mirroring cards. 2 of Cups in the masculine and upright for the feminine. Inverse Tower for the masculine and upright for the feminine. So a lot of mirroring here, a lot of energetic conduit sort of processing. It's like the yin yang. And so the love is here and the major revelations are here. So hold the knowledge of the love as the constant. The love is the constant. Back to that unconditional friendship. Remember the love. In all your angst and pain and skewed interpretations, twins, remember the freaking love. Where is this connection going? Some internet spying is going to ramp up. Research, curiosity. There's going to be this magnetic curiosity coming in for what can happen next between the twins. Reunion energy in the vibes, and temperance, patience. It's coming. So it's amping up again. It's like there's an electromagnetic pull, and the electricity is being, the dials are being turned up. And it's almost palpable. Okay, let's see. One energetic card for the feminines. We get to Flower of Feeling, compassion, emotional awakening, and forgiveness. Yeah, there's a lot about that forgiveness piece coming in. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to feel the love, divine feminines. You're not supposed to be numb, but you're also not supposed to feel the pain. It helps. It's productive in some ways, but that doesn't need to be there. So you're allowed to feel the love for your counterpart. I give you permission, the divine gives you permission to feel the love deeply and not to lie to yourself that it isn't here. Don't harm yourself by telling yourself you're not allowed to feel the joy of this love, even if it's not in your life. That's the whole purpose of this, is to feel the joy of love regardless of what's going on in your life. And Chakra Kabbalah, spiritual path, life lessons, and karma. This is the crown of glory for the overcomers, is to be like a child, return back to the freedom to experience your emotions with purity. and to have an authentic, accurate interpretation of full aliveness in every given moment, connected to the purity, the righteousness too, I just heard, of pure emotion, safe emotion, valid emotion, accurate emotion. You've been brought through the spectrum of all of the experiences so that you have this return to the pure emotional template that acts as your navigation system that you can trust. Stunning. It's like a flower bloomed on a cosmic flower stem here. Ah. And masculines, what can we see for you? Chamber of Regeneration, creation, multiplication, and growth, and blue star of Ascension, surrender, purification, letting go of all things that have come before, divine masculines. This is reminding me of Tesla's laboratory, all the machinery, and then pooh, interdimensional. Divine masculines, get ready for next level. As you ascend, transcend all of the things that have been tethering you to the world, hyperspace, it's going to be available to collaborate in pure, authentic, energetic ways that create exponential growth in your own life, in combination with your feminine in union. Get ready. You are getting ready. It's coming. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.